Welcome to In Doug's Garden, brought to you by the Davey Tree Expert Company. I'm your host, Doug Oster. We have a great show for you today. We're going to do something I've wanted to do for a long time. We are going to showcase the outdoor gardens at Phipps Conservatory and Botanical Gardens. We're going to see some really cool surprises. And speaking of surprises, I've got something I have to show you in the garden here that sprouted up. We've got a great garden question and much more. So follow me and let's have some fun. Well, this is my surprise. This is a plant called balsam, and all these plants sprouted from last year's seeds. The plants were here, and the big surprise is this pink one. And so the original plant was called peppermint stick. It has red flowers and little white specks on it. It crossed with another balsam, and I've got these beautiful pink flowers with the little white spots. Now, I'm going to save these seeds, and we will see next year if it comes true, grows the same thing. And if it does, I'm going to make those seeds available to you. We'll see what happens. You never know what nature's going to do. And if you look at these different plants, the different flowers, some don't have that variegation in the flower, some do. This is something that you should grow. Balsam, again, it's the easiest thing. I mean, these sprouted on their own. I started them in the greenhouse in April and then put them in, but these were just the great surprise. And now something else you should grow, it happens to be right here, and I talk about it all the time. It is my favorite hot pepper, and it's called super chili. And this thing will put on peppers no matter where you put it. Look at all these. I mean, there's more hot peppers than you can use here. Not super hot. You've got jalapenos down here, you got ghost pepper up here, somewhere in between. I can throw a couple of these into a sauce or a soup and just get a little bit of spice, but not like crazy, like I can't take it. And we're only halfway through the season. We're already starting to get some here turning red, which is, we always want to wait for those peppers to turn red to get the most heat or the most sweetness out of them, depending on the variety. Oh, just my favorite hot pepper, and put it on your list of something that you should grow. Now follow me. We're going to go out to Phipps and we're going to see something that you might not normally see, all those outdoor gardens. We're in the Discovery Garden, which I call the Children's Discovery Garden. This is where you spend much of your time working at Phipps?
Yes, in the summers you'll find me here from 6:30 to 9:30 a.m. and I do have help from a college intern. But I have tried over the last few years to kind of recenter this garden as a children's garden, so bringing things down to a children's scale, making them fun, and seeing opportunities for play and creativity.
We know how amazing the indoor displays are, but a lot of times people don't make their way outside. That's what we want to talk about today, and there's lots of different spaces for people to visit when they come to Phipps, right?
Absolutely. So I oversee work on a lot of different gardens. There are distinct gardens like the children's garden that's basically a courtyard garden. It's built within the structure. We also have other gardens that are a little bit further away, but they're just opportunities to see anything from beautiful annuals, perennials, trees and shrubs to all native plant landscapes. So it's really worth getting out.
Talk a little bit about the fun of having kids in a garden.
Oh man, I think we were talking a little bit about the fact that I wasn't super excited to take over a children's garden. I thought, what does that mean? But really it's an opportunity for creativity, play, and it really gets my mind going on opportunities not only for kids. I see adults out here laughing, playing, walking through the willow tunnel. We have a lot of sensory things for kids to do, so drums and percussive instruments, little magnifying glasses, and to me there's just no end to the creativity that you can have out here.
Places to hide and places to climb.
Yes, yes. In fact, we are going to be talking about a new climbing feature that we hope to have coming, and we're in the nature play portion of the Children's Discovery Garden right now, which is just for kids to let off steam. We've got brand new playground mulch. There are little wagons they can put things in, and this area is really for kids to use that kinetic energy that we know they store up sometimes and sort of discharge that.
We look at the garden as a therapeutic tool as a home gardener. As a professional gardener, how do you look at it?
I am completely on board. In fact, I'm in grad school for psychology right now, and I think the nexus of therapy and horticulture, I mean, there's an entire field being developed, and I'm very interested in that field. So I've realized through that process of learning about mental health, coming here every day and being a gardener, that this job is as important to my mental health as therapy or running or biking. It just really came together for me studying it and doing it side by side, and I couldn't recommend it enough as a therapeutic modality.
Some favorite plants in the Discovery Garden?
I actually, a couple years ago, I think I did not as good of a job as I've been doing lately with our little water feature. And so one of my favorite plants, and it loves the heat, so it's really turned up its growth, is called mosaic plant or Ludwigia. We had tried to grow it for an indoor show, but we couldn't control the temperature enough for it. And so it's taking over, and it looks like the name says, a mosaic on top of the water. And so I've really looked forward to that the last few years since I've been growing it.
Let's discuss the outdoor garden. Is that the proper name for it?
Yes, the one where where the winter light garden, as a lot of people are familiar with walking around out here in the winter for winter light garden, and that's where the main display of that is. But this time of year, it's our most formal garden, and I mean that in a loving way. We have a lot of weddings, events. We're setting up for jazz in the garden later this week, so yeah.
The hydrangeas in there are going nuts.
The hydrangeas could not be happier with all this rain this year, yes. Yeah, and the cultivar that I think you're probably referring to is Phantom, and they tout, and I don't know if anything's beat it, but the largest head on any hydrangea cultivar.
I mean, you can see them from outside. You can see them from the walkway.
Yes.
They're so huge. This is why people should venture outside. Look at this bed. This is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got phlox, we've got hibiscus, autumn minarette daylilies, and as we were talking now with deer, this is one of our only gardens where we can exclude them. So I know daylilies aren't that exciting, but if you live in Pittsburgh, you know how exciting a daylily is.
That one's exciting.
Yeah, yes.
That's a real beauty.
Yeah.
And then we can see over there, oh my gosh, those hydrangeas, they just put on such a show.
Yeah, imagine this is the backdrop for your special event. Often it's weddings, but I mean, we get a lot of really cool events out here, and it's just with the cathedral in the background, it's a special place to be.
Discuss a little bit about getting outside. Again, we know the indoor displays are fantastic, but these outdoor gardens are spectacular.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. That's where my team, Skylar, Abby, Jason, and all of our hardworking interns, that's where we spend our time. So I know that we lure people in with our indoor shows, but we as the outdoor team really want you to come and see our hard work. And so one of the places is the outdoor garden, another is the Center for Sustainable Landscapes. But yeah, we want you to come and see.
And one of the gardens that I don't think people get to see enough of is the Japanese garden.
I would agree with you. I think these courtyard gardens, and by that I mean the ones tucked between some of our conservatory rooms, are easy to miss. I know Phipps can be a very confusing place, and you can't always get a hold of a map, but it is really a gem.
That garden has a quiet elegance, is how I would explain it.
Yeah, I like that. Yep.
What will you see when you go through the Japanese garden?
So you will see quite a few Japanese maples, some really neat cultivars, and that's another one that I would say, if you can, don't miss it in the winter, because some of them shine, the bark of some of these Japanese maples. There are also some beautiful pine species, so again, in the winter even, there's evergreen interest. We have a couple of Japanese katsura trees that at certain times of the year smell like maple syrup, some people say. So we have a beautiful water feature with fish in it, so I mean, there's a lot packed into a small space. Oh, and azaleas in the spring. So, I mean, every season there's something to see.
Well, the Japanese maples.
Right.
Oh, they look amazing. This is, like I said, just such a beautiful, quiet spot. Love this garden.
Yeah, you often see people utilizing the benches to take a minute in the shade, take a drink. I feel like it's the garden for contemplation, if that's your thing.
So we're actually on the roof.
We're on the roof. This is the third floor of our administrative building, the Center for Sustainable Landscapes.
And look at this.
Yes. Do you see all the bees? I mean, they're just having the best time.
Well, I said the Japanese garden might be the less seen, but maybe this one, you know, people might not get over to the CSL.
Yeah, this year we're having a great year. It's been wet. I mean, you can see all the nodding onion, the liatris. If you like native plants, please come out.
And goldenrod is not a weed, it is a wildflower.
Yes, we embrace goldenrod. There are types that can get a little aggressive, but certain ones we definitely encourage to stay.
Good source of food for the pollinators at the end of the season.
Absolutely, they go till frost. You really can't beat goldenrod for the late season pollinators.
Oh, looks beautiful. When people do venture out of the conservatory, what do you hope that they get out of their visit when they do get outside?
I think the guiding principles of the children's garden, that sense of, I'm outside, I can maybe quicken my pace, I can smell the fresh air. There's so many opportunities for birds, pollinators, just different colors. I love seeing the outdoor gardens in the morning versus the afternoon. When the light changes, it's like a completely different garden. So I think that the opportunities for discovery out here, not just in the discovery, but the outdoor gardens in general, I just think the opportunities are endless.
Phipps Conservatory and Botanical Gardens is one of my favorite places in the world, and believe it or not, we just scratched the surface on the outdoor gardens. When you come, be sure to see the whole inside and outside. Now we're headed back to my place for our gardening question.
My question is, why is my garden so far behind this year? We've had a lot of water, rain, we've had sunshine. Don't understand.
Well, Joe's been working on my house for the last couple of years, doing jobs that I don't want to do or can't do, which is all of them. And we've become good gardening friends also. And Joe, that's a great question because I'm dealing with the same thing. I would expect to have beans by now, especially with all this rain and hot weather. But every season is just a little bit different. And nature is in charge, and what happens, happens. The tomatoes will be ready when they're ready, as will the beans. But I can't wait. So we're both behind a little bit, and it's just nature's way. Now it's time for Talking Trees from the Davey Tree Expert Company. I'm joined again by Rob Kruljac. He's an assistant district manager at the North Pittsburgh office of the Davey Tree Expert Company and my favorite garden angel. I got a deal on this angel. I don't know if you can see it, but the
slight defect in the wing.
Yes, I just glued it back on, and then actually a tree hit it, and the other wing came off, and I glued it back on.
Good job, Pat.
And she's happy. She's not complaining.
No.
So. Well, we're talking about this maple that is overhead of our angel, and I don't know what's going on. You got brown spots all over the leaves. What's the problem?
Is this a volunteer that's just come up here? Or did you
No,
plant
it's
this?
a very rare
Yeah.
Mapleus rarius. Yeah, it just popped up. I probably should just cut the whole thing out, but I don't like to cut any trees out.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
You know, it's in here, it's doing its thing. But then when I saw these spots, I was like, uh-oh, what's going on?
Yeah, that looks like anthracnose to me, which is another leaf disease similar to like apple scab or fire blight, that sort of thing.
You say fire blight, I get scared.
It's not a nice one.
That's a bad one.
Yeah, that's very aggressive.
Is this serious?
No, it's more of an aesthetic issue. We see it on sycamore a lot, maple. Again, it's a stressor for the tree, but it won't kill it, like flat out. And nice thing about trees and leaves is they seem to put new ones on every year if things go right. So, it's going to stress it a little bit through the summer, but the next year we'll have green leaves again, and it could or could not come back.
In your professional opinion as a certified arborist, should I leave that tree there? Because it is just a volunteer, and I've got this beautiful rhododendron here, which I love. Some other kind of trash tree behind it. They should probably both go. And geez, I think there's another maple behind there.
Yeah, it looks like you have two ash back there, two lingering ash trees.
Ash trees?
Yeah, they're still around, believe it or not. And they just have the ability to ward off the insect better than the others. The bugs just don't like them as much. So we still see them coming up.
Well, what has happened with ash trees, since we don't have any, I'm not going to cut out the ash trees then, right? I've got to keep those going?
Might as well. We don't know if the bug's going to come back around. It's been kind of moving as a swarm from Michigan across the United States heading east. So yeah, keep it as long as you can. It's just another good hardwood tree, and who knows what, that bug might be done for now.
Headed east or west?
Heading east.
Oh,
Started in Michigan.
And going that way? Not that way?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, not left.
Would you leave the ash?
I would leave the ash, but I'd take this maple out of here. Your rhododendron likes some shade, but a little bit of sun wouldn't hurt it either.
Rhododendron looks nice, huh?
It does. It really does. New growth. Looks like it had some blooms. So
the new growth is after the deer selectively pruned it.
Yeah, what do you pay them?
I pay them in food.
There you go.
We'll work for food. Thanks for coming.
No problem. Great seeing you. Thanks for having me.
For more information about everything we talked about today, go to dougoster.com. Lots of cool garden information there. That's also where you can sign up for my email newsletter. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel. And until next week, keep planting, and we'll see you then.